Nos with Kreuzer. Welcome back to the channel. Here we are again. Grand heist going on. I've won Grand Heist, but I can't see me doing much to win it this time, to be fair. But anyway, it's better than the last tournament, which, as you probably gathered, really annoyed me. So we're going into the raid tournament. Still my favourite thing. These are a few when the snow... Anyway, never mind. I'm sorry I sound a little bit hoarse. I've come down with a... I sound a little bit hoarse. That made me think of Shetland ponies and like time. Anyway, never mind. So I'm a bit hoarse because I've had... I've not been very well, basically. I'm not going to mention a well-known disease because a well-known virus because it got me demonetized last time and I don't think I said anything, but there we are. Anyway, here we are on Puzzle Combat once again. 5-star raid tournament. I'm not doing like horrifically badly, which, you know, for a 5-star tournament is interesting. I have had to use my replay. I mean, there's no two ways about that. I've used my 75 gold continue. Generally feel it's a good investment of time, money, etc., etc. This isn't going well at all at the moment, but, you know, things could change in a second. Boo! And everything's changed. Only that hasn't happened, but it could in theory happen. The thing is I'm fighting with Season 1 heroes, and everyone I'm fighting against is fighting with Season 2 heroes or event heroes or whatever else. It does make for a challenge. That said, you know, I can't complain too much. I do have a reasonably strong team. I'm not quite sure what happened then with Coney. I do have Coney. I should have left. Oh well. I mean, she's in the process. Oh, I'm dead. Excuse me. I'm in the process of being level up, but nah, never mind. Okay, when it's in any colour raid tournament, I can't really criticise anybody's choice of tank at all. I can't criticise their team at all. It's charged attack with no with colour restrictions, and to me that is like the hardest event to plan for. Literally everything you do could be a valid way of doing things. I think I was unlucky then not to kill off. I should have checked her name before I killed her. That's like, it's like dating rules, and I should have checked her name before I killed her. Now that makes me sound incredibly dark, and I've been unlucky enough, but I'm not that dark, I think. Anyway, so oh dear, it's scary. This video's quickly devolved down a dark rabbit hole. So you may be wondering, obviously I did a video a few days ago where I was completely I was outraged by the appalling money grab that is the costume equivalent for this game. I thought it was I thought to take one of my least favourite Empires and Puzzles events and to make it worse, that is quite a skill. That said, you know, I wasn't so outraged. I mean, as I've sort of said, I'm not exactly passionate about this game anymore. I think the devs have gone out of their way to burn players that are loyal and whatever else have you, and instead focus on players who are going to pay. Which, I mean, you know, I understand the business rationale of that in the short term. Because unfortunately that's the way I think this is the economic mistake, in my personal opinion, and I know I'm getting into politics again, but the economic mistake is to only think in the short term. If you only think, oh yeah, well actually we could make if we can make, you know, $50 off a guy playing the game today, that's better than us making $125 over the course of a year. And it's like, well, no, because the thing is that person is going to, you know, they're not going to stick around. Loyalty actually is a good thing in consumers, you know. Is that I'm slipping into the realms of highbrow? Maybe am I? Or maybe it's lowbrow and I'm confused. But you know, if you respect your players and encourage them to stick around, then you'll get more money longer term for doing less. because you know you'll get all the advertising revenue for the people who watch you know the drive-in movies, which I regularly watch on this game. You know, I watch the drive-in movies most days. You know, so they're getting the ad revenue, but they'd rather have the direct buy immediate. Oh, I've got $50 for somebody saying, oh, I want the latest hero. Let's just continue to screw over players who are loyal but aren't spending as much, because that's the business model. Well, I just to me it just seems incredibly short-sighted, and it's an indicative thing of wider society. Everything is like, well, you know, how can we make money the quickest, rather than how can we create an income which is sustainable, and sustainable incomes involve fairness. I mean, it's like this whole crypto nonsense. I mean, come on. I mean, who looked into crypto and thought, oh yeah, no, crypto, yeah, I love that it's deregulated. Because if there's one thing that rich people and bankers need, it's less regulation. Like, wake up, pay attention. Whenever they are not regulated, everything goes worse, because they're just interested in short-term solutions. You know, anyway, there we are. That's my. Well, I'm not even going to say 3-second soapbox, because I'm sure it was longer than that. But there's my soapbox. Yeah, people we need to focus on longevity. I mean, and this is the thing, and I think the UK has completely ignored it. It's like, oh, what makes us a profit today? Ah, closing this. What will cost us more in the long term? Oh, closing this. So it's like, right. So anyway, this is an apocryphal story. I used to work for the police. And all police stations used to have a bar. Well, it was nearly a rule. And the reason was that police stations would have a bar so that police officers could go and basically relax in an environment where they could talk without worrying about upsetting anybody because of what they'd seen and done and everything else. And there was no judgment, because everybody there was working for the police and so on and so forth. But the government said, well, you know, it's totally wrong that the police should have, subsidised bars. Public should not be paying for bars. It's like, well, I kind of see the point. But the long-term effect was that police now suffer more than they used to from mental health issues. And now the government is spending the money they saved is going on counselling and things like that. Because you've removed the safe place where they could actually talk. It's just failing to see the bigger picture. And this seems to be the thing time and again, when you let accountants and lawyers run everything. And God, I hate lawyers. Now, you may be thinking, well, why do you hate lawyers, Farmer Ben? Well, let's be honest, my ex-wife's a lawyer. That's one reason. Reason number two is I've just been going through a divorce. Well, I'm still going through a divorce, I should say, which has been dragging on for years, and has involved at least 6 different lawyers now, and none of them ever act based around. All they act around is covering themselves. Everything is like, oh, well, yeah, we could agree to that, but if we agree to that, this might happen. And as a consequence, there's no urgency to them. They act, all of them, that in my experience, act as if whatever you need is not as important as covering themselves. It's a game to these people, and that drives me mad. Anyway, what a video this has turned out to be. A complete rant from Farmer Ben about society, and nothing in any way to do with the game. Dear. So I do apologise. Nobody's going to have learned anything about the game from me. During this video, you will have learned that I don't like lawyers. I'm angry, bitter, and etc., etc. Yeah, but hey, that is the truth. And sometimes the truth, it is better to speak the truth and look like a fool than to speak a lie and prove that is the case. That's my view anyway. So it's like, as somebody was saying, that the media now drives hate. Hatred is a massive thing in the media. Let's make everybody hate each other. I'm sorry, if hatred is all you have nothing. You know, I don't think, except for my ex-wife, who I will concede I do hate, I don't hate anyone. I don't hate, and certainly I don't hate anybody because of their political class or who they are. I just haven't got the energy to do that. You know, I don't hate people coming to countries looking for a better life and everything. Well, they want to live, which is fair enough. I think the world is very messed up. I don't like people who claim that it's not patriotic to say that the world is very messed up, but you know, I don't hate them. Anyway, there we are. So an exhausting and confusing take there. Well, I'm going to top 5%. Hopefully, I'll maintain top 5%. Defense is never, as I say, never easy in a raid tournament where you can choose any colour. Really hard to ever get to the right thing. Bomb, tons of stars. Thank you. There we are. And bomb. Obviously, not getting the war machine because I'm not hitting war machines. Or it's hitting wars in, sorry. But yeah, you know, there's, as I was saying, at the start of this rambling rant, the thing is people need to take a longer term view of what is best. And in terms of this game, it is encouraging players who will stay around and enjoy the game. And in terms of governments, it's in terms of not outsourcing jobs over abroad because it saves you money, because it costs you money long term, because then you have to spend more on social security and benefits and everything else. And people need to live. And if you're living in a country where you're letting people die, you're not going to be in government that long. Just saying. Anyway, there we are. So thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to like, share, comment and subscribe. I will try and be more positive in my next video. I'm sorry this one was particularly bitter. I didn't intend it to go that way, but hey, there we are. Sometimes when you don't work on a script, you know, you never know where the world's going to take you. So anyway, thanks very much. If you are in the US and Canada and places like that, please wrap up warm. I know I've seen on the news massive snowstorm, etc., etc. Yeah, wrap up warm. Look after yourselves. The climate is changing. The world is, you know, the extremes we're getting. Don't take unnecessary risks, and God bless you all, and I hope everybody's safe. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and it just remains for me to say, Hova, goodbye, and may death come swiftly to your enemies.